Imagine doubling your income over the last few years, but your lifestyle stays the same. Ever wonder why? I just had this conversation with a friend of mine recently and it got me thinking. Are outdated beliefs about money holding us all back? Today I'm going to break down some of the basic core beliefs about money that might be holding you back. Think about it. We know that money is just numbers on a screen or in your bank account, but money is actually the yardstick by which we measure value. Unlike a ruler that actually gives you exact measurements every time, though, money is changing up and down constantly, so it's actually a lot. If you want to understand how fake money actually is, just look at standard banking practices. So when people talk about the Federal Reserve printing money, they're not actually talking about a printer in a dark room that kicks out a bunch of bills. And what's happening is when a person, let's call them person one, deposits $100,000 into their bank account, the bank then lends out 90% of that to someone else to get an interest rate back. Let's call them person two. Person two then takes that money and goes and spends it on something. He gives the money to person number three. Person number three deposits the money back into the bank, and the bank now has a $90,000 account that they can lend out $80,000 on. When the Federal Reserve changes interest rates, what they're doing is they're accelerating the rate at which banks lend out money, increasing the amount of dollars that are created through lending. Let me know in the comments if you guys knew this about money. It took me longer than I'm proud of to figure it out. So now we're going to talk about how money printing actually affects your wallet at the end of the day. See, banks prefer a safer investment like a treasury bond, where they're basically lending money to the federal government. The federal government always pays back its debts. When the Fed raises interest rates, it's more likely for the banks to lend to the Fed rather than give the money to somebody who might want to buy a house for their mortgage. The reason is because people are less likely to pay back their mortgage than the government is likely to pay back the debt on the treasury bond. When inflation hits the market, not everybody feels the impact right away. Imagine you were selling a car for $10,000 yesterday, a bunch of new dollars came onto the market. Would you still sell your car for $10,000 today? Probably, because you haven't felt the devaluation of the dollar. It's happened, but you didn't realize that it happened. So the person who gets their hands on the new money sooner is able to spend it at its old value. In the last 4 years, the US has created more money than ever before. At first, it felt like free money. Everybody got stimulus checks, and they went out and started spending it. One buddy of mine actually took his $1,400 stimulus check and bought a new drone. But I did something different. See, I actually saw that the cryptocurrency Ethereum was exactly $1,400. And I thought that it was going to go up substantially. So I took my $1,400 stimulus check and I put it into Ethereum. I bought one coin. A few months later, it was worth $4,000. I cashed out and I bought myself a drone, and I still had $3,000 left over. My friend, he spent his stimulus check and he actually crashed his drone, so he ended up with no drone and no money. Super sad day. So here's the key takeaway. Shift your money mindset. Invest found money strategically. Next time you get an unexpected check or a bonus, invest it first and spend your profits. Money doesn't grow if it just sits in your checking account, and it for sure doesn't grow if you spend it on consumer electronics. Build wealth, not just income. Instead of just focusing on how to make more money, like all these videos saying how to make $10,000 a month, figure out your investing and your saving strategy and make smart investing decisions to keep your money working for you. If you've ever felt like you're running on a financial hamster wheel, it might be time to rethink your money mindset. What's one belief that you have about money that might be holding you back? Drop it in the comments and don't forget to subscribe.